Who wanna roll CDC coming again? Who wanna roll job? We are coming again. Who wanna roll mama?
Good evening, and a warm welcome to another edition of the Cdc Hour. Today is the Friday edition, the weekend edition. Today is June 13, 2025, and we are here today for the weekend edition. The CDC Hour is a 1 hour package that looks into activities of the Congress for Democratic Change and other national issues that affect the body politics of our country. My name is Ishiaka Sharif, and I will be back after a bit of our theme song. Thanks so much, and welcome back to the CDC Hour. Today we will be discussing passionately. We'll be talking to seditions. We'll be talking to your consciences. We'll be talking to your resolve to remain steadfast in our effort to reclaim power in 2029. We know the country is tense. The country is very much polarized. Issues in the country have turned so unpredictable. The government is trampling on the rights and privileges of too many people, whether in government or out of government. But many of those people who are seen as direct threat to the government, who the government see as their enemies, these are people that government is trampling on the rights, and so here we are. We're in 2025. The government has gone 1 year, 6 months already, and there seems to be nothing meaningful happening in the country because the government under President Joseph Boakai does not intend to do anything better because of the way they are governing the country, you know. But fast forward, all of these things are happening for a reason. All of these things are happening for a reason. And the major reason is to break the resolve of seditions, to break the resolve of your party. It is intended, all of these actions on the part of the government are intended to undermine the capacity, the ability of the party to become viable or to remain viable up to 2029. The government is a lot more afraid. The government is jittering about the capacity of the CDC to put up a very stiff challenge in the election in 2029. And so the government is doing everything possible to decimate, to break the CDC. And so seditions out there from all across the country, whether you are in Bomi, whether you are in Bapulu, whether you're in Cape Mount, whether you are in Bong, Nimba, Basso, whether you are in Grand Jide, whether you are in Maryland, Sino, Riverside, whether you're in River G, whether you're in Grand Cru, whether you're in Magibi County, whether you're in Montserrat County, the Congress for Democratic Change, once you subscribe to the ideology, philosophy, ideals, and policy of the CDC, it is incumbent upon you to stand up. It is incumbent upon you to remain very steadfast in making sure that the CDC remain very vibrant going to the election in 2029. Because I tell you this, the government is doing everything possible to diminish the capacity of your political party to put up any meaningful fight in 2029 against it. Today, if I say today, I mean in this time, in 2025, the government is prosecuting entirely CDC lawmakers for what they say for the burning, alleged burning of the Capitol building. Okay, so there are a lot of questions that come to mind when you talk about the burning of the Capitol building. Okay, because uh, the Capitol building is an iconic building that was constructed in the 60s by President William V.S. Tubman. It has been the home of Liberia's bicameral legislature, the Senate, and the House of Representatives. From the 60s, 1961, 62, when that building was dedicated, up to 2024, it had served and is still serving as the home of Liberia's legislature. So uh, it got touched, it got burned in 2024. And so the government went ahead to make some arrest. Even prior to that, the Liberian National Police was seen brutally assaulting lawmakers from one of the sides in the conflict. That is the Fonati side. Fonati was, uh, the Fonati was the legitimately, democratically elected Speaker of the House of Representatives, uh, and so we saw police officers who should be upholding the laws, who should be upholding democratic principles, the police who should be protecting lives and properties. We saw them on live cameras in the chambers of the legislature assaulting lawmakers, mainly Honorable Yeke Koluba, Honorable Jacob Debbie, Honorable Marvin Cole, and Representative Francis Foko in the corridors of the legislature. And so after that, the president took sides and went ahead to recognize the Funati, not Funati, but the Richard Cohn Black that was violating the Constitution along with the actions of the executive. And at the end of the day, we saw the government doing business with the Richard Cohn Group until relatively recently, when a lot of interventions were made, and then Fonati Kofa, who was speaker, had to resign for the sake of the country. Richard Cohn was subsequently elected speaker of the House. Okay, from then on, the government went ahead to make some arrests. The government went ahead to make some arrests. Uh, you know, arresting the former speaker, Honorable Dixon Sibo, Jacob Debbie, Honorable Abu Kamara, and then currently they are on trial. They're on trial. Today we saw the today we saw the city court transferring the case to the criminal code A. Okay, because the city court does not have jurisdiction over this kind of matter, and so they have sent it to the criminal code A. Now, what are these intended for? Seditions will have to be very careful. Seditions will have to be very careful Like I will always say, all this is intended to target your party, to diminish us, to undermine our capacity, our ability to put up in a meaningful fight for election in 2029 in or any subsequent election in the country. And so I've come here today on the show specifically today to appeal to the consciences of members of the CDC and our affiliates. Uh, if we are not careful, we could just settle and fall in the traps of the government. Okay? President George Weah, our leader, I've listened to a lot of partisans, a lot of our sympathizers asking questions. What is the party doing? What is President George Weah doing? Okay? But I've come here today to inform you. So listen to me very carefully. I have come here today to inform you that President George Weah is doing everything meaningfully possible to get the party on track. We are in a restructuring process of the party. We are in a process where the party is taking a different phase. Okay? The party is taking a different phase. We are refacing the party, giving the party new image. And that's why you see a lot of different national and international players are expressing interest or have expressed interest in working with the CDC. Nobody, nobody is so dumb, or nobody should be so dumb to think that the CDC is sitting supinely and doing nothing. The political leader, the National Executive Committee, and the entire membership of the CDC, we are heading for a big victory 2029. And this is what uh, the government and the ruling party are trying to subvert. Okay? That is what uh, the, the government is trying to subvert. The government is trying to to subvert the fight, the spirit, the determination, the resilience of seditions. Because seditions, you are the pillars on which the party was fundamentally built. It is upon your sweat, it is upon your blood. This party was established in 2005. And so it is incumbent upon us as leaders of this political institution to make sure to provide leadership for you, to provide guidance for you. And in providing guidance for you, you need to be, you as, members of the grassroots majority on whose shoulder this party is built. You need to listen so that you can learn a lot, from us as to what is happening in the party. You will have a lot of critics. You have a lot of critics. A lot of people will mock you, especially when we lost the 2023 elections. A lot of people will mock you. A lot of people will stereotype you. But it is your support, those same people who are mocking you are counting on. It is the resilience and tenacity, the loyalty, the commitment of you seditians that members of the Unity Party want. And so they will criticize you. Why you support the CDC? Uh, they will they will critique or criticize your rationale, your resilience of supporting the CDC, only because they want to demoralize you. They want to demoralize the CDC fan base, support base, so that you can later on support them. You know, the man says you are not good to support George Weah, but it is your support they want. The Unity Party people want your support. Make no mistake, the election in 2023 was decided by a razor thin margin. I mean, some 17,000 votes margin. That is not even equivalent to the result of a district in Montserrado. So that's how the election of 2023 was decided. And so, because of your resilience, because of your commitment, because of your loyalty, because of your urge to keep supporting the Congress for Democratic Change, Unity Party people are saying they are questioning your support. They are questioning your rationale. They are questioning that decision you have made over the years to support CDC. You know why? It's because you are the ones they want. It is your support they want, because they know with your support they can up their percentage, they can up their number of votes. But don't fall for that. With the level of criticisms from members of the Unity Party, don't fall for that. And so they are doing everything possible. They are employing every mechanism. They are employing all avenues. They are employing all tactics to make sure to get you. And so they will keep criticizing you. They will keep criticizing the decision, the independent decision you made to support George Weah. Their master plan is to demoralize you, to demonize the party, to demonize the party, to go as far as, fueling conflicts between the CDC and our landlords, you know, to because the United Party want to see you violently evicted from the CDC headquarters. But who told you they don't have a headquarter issue? The UP have a headquarter issue. Do you know how many times they have moved since 2005? To my collection, the United Party have moved 5 times. The UP have moved 5 times since 2005. They have moved 5 different times from one location to the other. A party that was established since 1984. We were established. We were established 2004. You understand me? 84, 94, uh, 2004, right? The CDC was established in 2004. So we were established 20 years after the formation of the Unity Party. But let me ask you a question. Do they have a headquarters? They don't have a headquarters. So why should they mock the CDC about headquarters when they themselves do not have a headquarters of their own? The current headquarters the Unity Party is occupying, it's not theirs. It is not theirs. The party headquarters that the UP is currently occupying is not theirs. You understand that? So do not fall for it. The UP, just before 2023 election, they left from Congo Town over the racks from the Grace Minor and other family members' properties over the racks right after the ministerial complex. They were renting. They threw them out. They threw them out of the place. So the real issue is any UP member, any United Party partisans question you about headquarters, ask them. Say, "Lo, my man, or my girl, the UP is 20 years older than the CDC. Do you have a headquarters of your own?" Ask them that question. You will see them, they will go into perpetual silence. They will go into perpetual silence. You understand? UP will go into perpetual silence if you ask them, "Do you have a headquarters of your own?" They do not have. They are still renting. Okay. Uh, is it is it is it is it that much morally upright that at this time that these two political parties be renting? It is another debate. One would debate that, look, looking at the CDC and the UP who have led the country for 13 years, I mean 14 years almost, and 12 and 6 years respectively, we should not be renting. Yes, one side of the coin could be making that argument, and they may have a valid point. Yes, CDC, we rule the country, we led the country for 6 years, right? I think by all indications, we should have our own headquarters by now. Oh, yes. But on the other hand, the Unity Party have led the country for about 14 years now, right? Should they be renting? So that is the question. That is the $1 million question. I'm a sedition, right? I'm a sedition. I support the CDC. I've supported the CDC since 2004, since it was established, right? Okay, now, like I've said, the argument has two sides. The UP and the CDC have led the country. One has led the country for 13 and a half years, and the other has led the country for 6 years. Should we both be renting? If anybody postulates that argument, you could have a point, right? But the UP is mocking the CDC of not having a headquarters. How old is the CDC? The CDC is 21 years old, right? The CDC is 21 years old. The UP is 41 years old. So you see, the UP is 41 years old. The CDC is 21 years old. The UP has led the country for 14 years. The CDC led the country for 6 years. Do you mock me? Do you mock the CDC for not having a headquarters of its own? No, you are making a mockery of yourselves, the party people. So seditions out there. Once you are asked by the Unity Party, or if you are being mocked by the UP as to not having a headquarters, ask them, do you have a headquarters of your own? They will not answer you. They're going to go into perpetual silence. And so that is the debate. Do we too not need to have a headquarters? I think looking at our record, looking at our service to the country, we both should have a headquarters. Period to that. Period to that. You understand me? So they want to undermine your capacity. They want to undermine your capacity to put up any meaningful fight in 2029. And so they are doing everything to bamboozle, that is to intimidate our partisans. They intimidate our partisans. They intimidate Samuel Twe. They're intimidating Kofonati Kofa. They're intimidating Dixon Siwu. They're intimidating Abu Kamara. And look, they're intimidating the rest of the guys. That look, if we intimidate them, we will bullet them into submission. And then what's going to happen? Their party is going to go down. That is the plan of the government through the Unity Party. But do not fall for that. Seditions, this is your party. The due payment you launch, that you are paying your dues, they are very much envious of that. They are jealous of your due payment because no political party in contemporary Liberian politics has achieved that. To call your partisans and tell them to pay dues. And we salute your resilience. We salute your commitment. We salute your dedication, your loyalty to pay due to your party. Okay? Unity Party people cannot do that because they don't have the urge. They don't have the vicissitude to do that. They're just vacillating all over the place and they are murmuring And what helps them the most is if you sedition say George Weah is coming back 2029. If you say if we are come back 2029, it pains the UP more than anything. It pains their supporters more than anything. So if you want a unity party man or a unity party woman in your community to sometimes not even greet you, not speak to you in the community, just say in their presence, George Weah is coming back. George Weah is coming back. That sentence pains them so much. It hits their soul. It, it is like a salt rubbed in their wounds if you say George Weah is coming back. So seditions, don't fall for them. Don't fall to them. The CDC is here to stay. The CDC is a grassroots political institution, and we are a grassroots party with enormous influence and affluence over Liberia's political dispensation because of you, because of the sacrifices you have made, you seditious. And that's why Mr. President, former president, is saying that look, no matter what may have happened, no matter what, no matter what uh, somebody may have done to you in the CDC, the political leader is asking you to bury everything, come back, reconcile with the party. The party is your party. George Weah, sometimes he will not be back. Sometimes George Weah in the future will not be leading this party. It is you in the community, you that are coming up, you 20 years old, you 25 years old, you could be the next standard bearer of this party in succeeding election. You could be the chairman of this party. You could be the secretary general of this party. You could be one of the vice chairs of this party. Look, this party is your own. George Weah is now dissipating the stage sometime in the near future. Okay? For now, we are having George Weah. But this party is your party. Somebody said, "Oh, it was Mr. X that made me angry. You know, I left the party." No, Mr. X that made you to leave the party. Mr. X is not in the party anymore, and so Mr. X made you leave the party for himself to leave. So you see, come back to your party. Come back to your party. Support your party. Support your party. We are doing big things. We are doing greater things. Don't don't get mocked by Unity Party people and think that it's over. Okay? There is nothing over here. The CDC and the UP are Liberia's biggest political parties right now. So why would somebody think that CDC cannot come back to power? Does that really make sense for somebody to say, "Oh, CDC will never come back to power"? Amen. Amen. CDC lost the election less than 1%, with less than 1% of the vote margin, right? So how would somebody say George Weah or CDC can never come back to power? Do you know who's going to make CDC to come back to power? The very United Party people, some of whom are very disenchanted. They campaign for the rescue mission, but today, not necessarily that they are not giving jobs, but because the way the rescue is leading the country, violating all of the laws. So many of them are now, many of them that even supported the regime, right? They are disappointed. They are very, very disappointed. They themselves are protesting against their own government. And some of them are saying that they will not support the Unity Party in 2029. Those are the people that are going to defeat the Unity Party to some extent. But to a larger extent, seditions, hello? Seditions, hello? I'm speaking to you. The biggest threat to the CDC is not the Unity Party. No. The biggest threat to the CDC is not the Unity Party. The biggest threat to the CDC is seditions themselves. So get this today if you don't know. The biggest threat to the CDC's 2029 bid is not the Unity Party. The biggest threat to the CDC are seditions themselves. Once you seditions put aside your differences, come together, love each other, the Unity Party cannot even go with you in the runoff. No, there's gonna be no there's gonna be no way that the UP will go to a runoff with the CDC once seditions come together and put aside their differences, bury their differences, love each other, embrace each other, and put the bitterness aside and work for the common good of the party and the country. The UP, I can promise you, will not go to runoff in 2029. Trust me on this. If you bet me, try it. Get united. If you have a difference or if you have differences with your fellow citizens, settle it with them. Call them. So, oh, my brother, you are my brother. You are my party. You are my partisan. You are my brother. Let's reconcile. Let's trash our differences aside. Let's come together and then let's support CDC. You're gonna see whether the party is not going to win 2029. And this is the fundamental basis. This is the fundamental reason why the party could win the 2029 election. Ladies and gentlemen of the CDC, our partisans, our well-wishers, I am talking to you today. The party sent me on this radio, yes, to insinuate this information to you. And this is the information I'm giving you. This is the passionate plea from the party. This is directly from the political leader. He tells me this every day. He said, Ishaka, tell our people on the radio that the United Party is not our problem in winning 2029 election. George we have told me that even day before yesterday. He said, Ishaka, he said, the Unity Party is not the CDC biggest threat 2029. The biggest threat to the CDC 2029 is seditions themselves. Seditions themselves are the biggest threat to the CDC in 2029. Okay, so every one of you who may have gone to support the Unity Party or any other party in 2029 because of the differences, that is genuine. Yes, you may have a genuine cause, a genuine reason to leave, to have left the CDC, or to have abandoned your support to the CDC. But the political leader is saying that, look, there is a need that you come back home. There is a need that you reconcile with the party, because without you, the party cannot win. With you, the party can win. Right? So that is the roadmap. The roadmap to winning 2029 is to reconcile. Forget about the UP. The United Party is in an alliance of over 15 to 20 different institutions, some of which do not even have 5 members, some of which do not even have 10 members. But they came together and they formed the United Party Alliance. Today, they have won the election. You understand that? So, and some of the very UP Alliance are members who left the CDC to support them. Okay? So, I agree with you, Dawuda Vani Sharif. Okay? But we have all of that, we have all of those, differences in us. Don't you think This the time now we come together. I think somebody like you are needed on the team. I tell you, I tell you no lie. Somebody like you are needed on the team. You can call me. I'm available. You can take a new role in the party. You can take a new role in auxiliaries to help the CDC win the election. I tell you no lie. These people know that they cannot win the election in 2029. So they are put up an intimidation tactic. They are put up an intimidation tactic. Let us suppress them. Let us suppress their leaders. Let us intimidate their leaders. Let us get them in court. Let us fabricate lies. Let us fabricate stories on them that they are corrupt. Let's take them to jail. Let's take them to court. And that's what they are doing to Funati, Dixon Sibo, Samuel Twe, Abu Kamara, Jacob Debbie, and the rest of the people. That's what they are doing to them. Because the Unity Party know that no matter what happens, a free, fair, transparent, democratic election, they cannot win 2029. The UP government failed in 2024. So they can win 2029. So they're employing tactics to divide you. They're employing tactics to intimidate you. They're employing tactics to diminish you, to diminish every ability and capacity you have to launch a meaningful challenge against the UP in 2029. My fellow citizens, we are here. That's why I'm on the radio. A lot of you have been asking about the CDC headquarters issue. And part of the tactic is, let me inform you today, part of the tactic is, even though the UP does not have a headquarters of their own, the Unity Party do not have a headquarters of their own. But because they are in power, because they are in the statecraft, they have the resources, they have the security forces on their side, they have the guns. So what they're doing is they are intimidating the CDC and intimidating our landlord, whom we are renting from. You know, they told the landlord, throw them out. In fact, they say, we want that place. The Unity Party want that place. We want that place to be our headquarters. So it is not anything like the CDC does not have the capacity to pay for a headquarters. No. Or the CDC cannot, the CDC will not survive in the absence of a headquarters. No. But there is one thing that citizens you have to know today. CDC is not headquarters. CDC was existing before we found a headquarters, right? We first established a party before having a headquarters. So headquarters does not make the CDC. No. Let's assume without admitting that the CDC leaves that headquarters. Does that mark the end of the party? No, it should not. It should even reinvigorate the party. The UP was just 1 year ago in a headquarters crisis. They were thrown out. So losing a headquarters, does that play on our resilience, our commitment we have for our party? No. The CDC should be in your hearts. The CDC should be in your mind, in your soul. You should eat the CDC, dream the CDC. You should drink it, dream it, live the CDC. That's what seditious are ought to be. That's what seditious are ought to be. And nobody should come and deceive you that look, CDC will remain over there forever. No, we cannot remain over there forever. We will have a headquarters of our own. That's why you're supposed to know. We will have a headquarters of our own. But now, for now, we are headquartered over there. Can we lose it? Yes, we can lose it. But does that mark the end of the party? No. Does that mark the end of the popular people's movement? No. Does that mark the downfall of the CDC? No. Did United Party fall down because they lost their headquarters in Congo Town over the rats? No. Why should you lose your resilience? Why should you lose your mind because of headquarters? No. The headquarters is just a place. It is not the CDC. We know we have a very rich history on that ground, and that's why the party is doing everything possible to maintain the ground, to maintain the headquarters. But were we to leave that headquarters, does that seek an eventual end of the party? No. In fact, we are informing you, we are urging you to be even more resilient, to be even more resilient, right? To be even more resilient, even if we do not stay on that ground, because the party is your heart, the party is your soul, the party is what you eat, the party is what you live. The ideology of the party, the ideals, the commitment, the dedication, the loyalty you have shown for over 20 years should not be eroded by one party headquarter issue. No, you got to prepare your minds. You have to prepare your minds. Okay? Uh, 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 the headquarter is not CDC. The headquarter is not CDC. So you have to think twice. Nobody should play on your intelligence. No, nobody should play on your intelligence. The CDC is a party. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are listening, this is the CDC Hour on Kings FM 88.5. And you can get us via Facebook. You can go on my page, Ishiaka Sharif. I shared the show already. And so you can begin to call us on 0772 239933, 0772 239933, 086 304497, 0886 304497, or the lone female line on 07980375. So the CDC is not the headquarters. The CDC is you. The CDC is your commitment. The CDC is your resilience. The CDC is your loyalty. The CDC is what you eat, is what you live. So you can begin to place your call in now on those numbers that I called. I think we have a caller on the line. Caller, good evening. Welcome to the CDC Hour. Let's hear you in 1 minute. Okay.
sedition, party headquarters. We are sedition, disciplinary and love for the party. Now sedition for party headquarters. No. If the Unity Party want to have that place, let them go and have it because here's what they're doing. And we know we are aware of all their dirty deeds. We know that they are in the fight to get that place. If the Denzel family do not meet with all the other things, we will not meet with them. They are desperate to get that place so that they can make that place with their party.
Okay, thank you so much. We have too many callers on the line. Hello.
Good evening, my brother.
Yeah, good evening from the diaspora.
Yeah, I'm Mohammed Sabah and I call you from the Gambia.
Oh, welcome from the
Ishaka,
Gambia.
Yeah. Ishaka, you said it all. You know, CDC, the problem with CDC is with the sedition, not Unity Party. You know, there is no election that Unity Party and CDC go in since CDC was established. That Unity Party can force. No. Even from the Ellen Johnson's early time, all the election, it was just because they was like manipulating the result. But they know this. So with sedition, we will be calling and be talking.
Okay.
But the time that we're supposed to implement is 2029, and we have to hold together because they say United will stand and develop will fall. If we agree for these people to devour us, if we call a lot to you say, oh, go and talk this one year, we will give you job, we'll do the other thing. Even their own participants, they're not getting them job, they're not doing anything for them, they are complaining. Then you agree for someone to fool you, then you follow them. It will not be good for us.
Okay.
CDC and sedition, we was eating before CDC party established, which is 2004. We was eating. I mean, for me, I live right opposite. How do you call it? Kenema there. From my house to President William Place is not far. I know Joseph Bakalita. He used to walk to come to the junction to play checker with Jamba Jamba there. I know them. I know him good.
Okay,
Jamba
thank
Jamba
you.
there. They were changing money there.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much. We have
So-
too many people on the line. Thank you so much for calling from the Gambia. Let's take another caller. Hello? Hello? Let's hear you again.
I want for us to know. I want for us to know that CDC party headquarters is not our heart. Our heart is the party.
Yes.
So me, I know it is a propaganda we have been talking ever since. People they're looking for a way to break up, but they can't. Me for me, nobody can break me. Oh. The only thing that can break me when you call we are late for them, they break. They are knowing not coming back. The only thing that can break me. So why would I want to do it? Do it. I'm calling all physicians. We shouldn't manipulate program for party or business. We shouldn't manage. That will stay on our feet. But you know the party before they die and they take me back.
Of course,
So
the loss. Yes.
for me, I'm not fighting about that. I don't really listen to it.
Thank
So
you so
thank you for the
much.
show.
Thank you so much for the call. Let's take another caller on the line. Hello?
Yeah, good evening, Shaka.
Yes, good evening. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Rob. I'm Johnny from Jamaica Road. Yeah, Shaka, you are just everything. The United Party people, if they want to have the party headquarters, let them have the party headquarters. But with the citizen, our party headquarters is already gone. It's our heart, our mind, our soul. Once we say we for CDC, we for CDC. So if the United Party want the headquarters, they can buy it, they can carry it. We don't have anything to do with the party headquarters. All we have to do is with the citizen to gather 2029 and move it for his power.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Let's take another call. Hello?
Good evening, Ishaka Sherry.
Yeah, good evening. Let's hear you.
Well, this is Muhammad Gonzo Fufana Jr. And I do join you guys from the Sumara Drive area to the Pacific Aluminum Factory.
Okay.
Well, Ishaka Sherry, I want to appreciate you for your hard work done on this section of CDC Hour. You always come on this platform enlightening the people about our party. Well, I just want to say this to the United Party people. These guys are running governments like elementary students, really, we are Ishaka Chevy. These guys, they are saying that CDC, they want to bury CDC. Is that impossible? Real life, logically speaking, Ishaka, is that impossible? Because CDC is in the people. The people are built in the party. We're not discussing the party headquarters. We can even go in down to any part of Moreover, our protocol to still be part anytime we will cover rally.
Thank you so much.
These guys, they just on fun.
The line is buzzing, Mohammed. The line is buzzing. So let's
you know, my the people voted for President.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, Ishaka. How are you doing?
Yes, let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Moses Gidewika II, and I'm phoning from district number 11.
Yes, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you, senior brother. You see, you were discussing something concerning about the former Senate bureau is not just sitting and we're trying to see how best to at least reunite and then work on the party leadership structure.
Yes.
Please, we really need to do that. I know what I'm saying. You see, some of on District 11 here, it's not easy. It's not easy. Like you can do your background investigation. Sometimes when the party in need of men, when they even call people, even from the district 11, for you to see people going, if I not put my feet down to call other people that and also not to use my own reason to carry them.
Okay, thank you. I think I need to call you on the show here to come and share your perspective. So let's give other people the chance. So just call me after the show.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Thank you for the showing. Well, you know what I want to say?
No.
We are physicians and we remain physicians. As for me, for 2025, I bet they are so the devil said can't stop me. Even they can have the party, but they can't have our mind. Because we always there for citizens and we stay strong. 2029 will beat the story by the help of God.
Thank you so much for the call. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, welcome to the CDC Hour. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Mr. D. Sherry Smith, and I call from New Machadi.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the things I want you to understand is sedition remains sedition. Once you love your party, you love your party. And you don't love the party because of party headquarters. The next thing you have to do with the second attack on CDC will be the color, the blue. The people will be thinking that because the Liberia flag has a blue and they are using green, so they will be attacking the colors after they say red, white, and blue. Why should CDC use blue? So they will start attacking them again for blue color. And then the next thing for CDC need to remind themselves as to people will come in 2029 to say, I surrender, I want to join CDC. We should really study them before we make them representatives, senator, and whosoever that we want to make them. That's my contribution.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you for that perspective. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, let's hear you.
Hello?
Yes, hello. Welcome to the CDC Hour. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Sherry. Thank you for the CDC Hour. You explained it all, you said it all. The party is older than CDC. But see how CDC is proceeding maturely than the Unity Party people. And I want to commend you for the topic on the discussion. Sedition will always remain sedition. No matter we go in a dumper, we go in the water, we go behind the house, we remain focused. We remain vigilant. We remain sober-minded. So what they are doing there, it becomes the thing that what will help them, that what will tear the party apart. I'm also from the pit and the belly of the devil, because it won't get them or make them to succeed over CDC. CDC remain very immoral and they will continue to be very immoral. Thank you for affording me the time.
Thank you so much for the call. Hello?
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, let's hear you.
Yeah, sorry, how are you?
Yeah, let's hear you. Change your position, please.
In Johnsonville.
Okay.
The headquarter issue is not the warlords. Us.
Oh. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
How you doing, man?
Yes, I'm good. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you for the show. But I'm saying SRK from Cloud Teacher 14.
Okay.
I can show you that the solution, all we need, the matter how you party they do, we all remain on our party. No go come and convince us. Yeah, we remain solution from today, we remain solution for ever. So no fool. So solution, we are prepared for 2029.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's take 2 more calls and call it a day. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello, my brother.
Yes, let's hear you.
Anyway, my brother, that go and go money here. You know what? Go money here. Our papa going back for 80 years because when you go back there 2029, you going back for the 12 years. So they stay there for it, they now go back to the 80 years.
No, that says more year. That says more year.
No, that's it. The man went for a second division, so you can go. When you go, I will say the money. I mean, I'm going for the 80 years. I'm going to put it right there.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, you check out on the line. Anyway, I'm Peterson and we are.
Okay.
So we are auxiliary movement in Johnsonville.
Okay, thank you. Let's hear you.
Okay, the issue of headquarters is not our worry. CDC is in our mind, our soul, in the body. So for headquarters, for offices, some of our office, I will speak and have one of the biggest auxiliary office in the entire Republic of Liberia.
I will come see that office.
Yeah, Johnsonville.
Okay.
Yes. So we have offices for that matter.
Okay. We are out of time now, so thank you. Let's take.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, we are out of time. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the CDC Hour, and we have come to the end of this show. But let me say to you today, CDC is not headquarters. CDC is your heart, your mind, your soul, your commitment, your dedication, your loyalty. Do we want to leave? No, we don't want to leave. We are doing everything possible as a party to remain over there. But even if we were to leave, the UP themselves do not have a headquarters. So nobody should bully you about CDC not having a headquarters because UP themselves are renting. They don't have a headquarters. They have moved 5 times since 2005. So on the basis of that, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the weekend's edition of the CDC Hour, and I'll be back on Monday with a very fresh edition of the show. Until then, I say have a very nice weekend. Bye-bye.
Liberia,